Okay, the Trump cycle. 2017, we've been talking about this. Trump came in, the markets reacted, same fear about tariffs, same thing, the dollar went up, everything else, and the same thing happened this time around. I mean, people are people. And what happened is the dollar ripped in the back end of 2016, it ripped in the back end of 2024. The dollar ripping is a tightening of financial conditions that play through markets and the economy 3 months later, which is why we had the correction in the first quarter. We showed you all of this as part of the M2 thing. Anyway, we said it at the time, we've been tracking this before the dollar topped out and said, he's going to go for a weak dollar. They said they want a weak dollar, and fuck me, the dollar's been weak. It's been an extraordinary weakness. Now, this is not some structural, ever-ending weakness. That'll come at some point when we change the rules of the game. Right now, cyclical weakness being pushed by Trump and Bessent, and it will continue to do so. And that is an amazing tailwind for markets and risk.
XRP is about to go absolutely parabolic, and I'm talking about a potential 30,000% rise that could mirror the exact same cycle we saw in 2017. Real Vision CEO Raoul Pal just dropped some absolutely massive intel about the Trump cycle repeating, and top analyst Alex Cobb is calling for XRP to hit $4.35 by the end of July. This is not a drill. XRP holders, the sleeping giant is finally waking up, and the whales are positioning themselves for what could be the most explosive crypto season we've ever witnessed. Make sure to watch this video entirely until the end, because this could change everything for XRP holders. Welcome back to Gold Rush Crypto Daily, where we dive deep into the most explosive crypto opportunities that could make you absolutely wealthy. I'm your host, and today we're covering two absolutely massive stories that have the entire XRP community buzzing with excitement. We're talking about historical patterns, expert predictions, and whale movements that are all pointing to one thing. XRP is about to go nuclear. Let's jump right into the numbers because they're absolutely insane. XRP is currently trading at $2.42, and just yesterday it conquered the $2.30 mark for the first time in nearly 3 months. The momentum is absolutely unstoppable right now. We're seeing XRP break above that long-standing $2 range, and it's showing no signs of slowing down. As you can see in this data here, XRP is the second largest gainer among the top 10 cryptocurrencies and the fourth when we're looking at the top 20 assets. While Bitcoin, or as I like to call it, the digital dinosaur, hit a new all-time high above $112,000 yesterday, XRP is absolutely outperforming most of the market. This is exactly what we want to see when the whales are positioning for a massive breakout. Let's start with this absolutely mind-blowing article from Times Tabloid that has me more bullish than ever on XRP. According to this analysis, Real Vision CEO Raoul Pal just revisited a familiar macroeconomic pattern that's emerging again in 2025, the Trump cycle. Here's where it gets absolutely massive. Gold Rush family. Pal drew a direct comparison between the post-election environments of late 2016 and late 2024. In both cases, the dollar surged immediately after Trump's victory, followed by a sharp reversal. This shift signaled changing financial conditions and set the stage for market reactions in the quarters that followed. Listen to what Pal said. The dollar ripped in the back end of 2016. It ripped in the back end of 2024. This is describing a tightening of financial conditions that typically manifests in markets around 3 months later. And guess what? This played out once again, with early 2025 experiencing a broad market correction, mirroring what occurred in the first quarter of 2017. But here's the absolutely parabolic part. The dollar's rally proved short-lived, reversing as policy signals from the Trump administration pointed toward a deliberate effort to engineer cyclical dollar softness as part of a broader economic strategy. This is exactly what happened before XRP's legendary run. Now here's where the whales come into play, and this is absolutely massive. The video of Pal's remarks was shared by digital asset investor who tied the broader macroeconomic narrative directly to XRP's performance in the previous Trump cycle. And get this, XRP surged nearly 30,000% during the 2017 to 2018 period, rising from fractions of a cent to an all-time high near $3.84. The conditions Pal outlined, including dollar volatility, political pressure on currency direction, and the resulting impact on liquidity, closely matched the setup during XRP's last historic run. The whales know this. The institutions know this, and that's why we're seeing this massive accumulation phase right now. Let's talk numbers because this is where it gets absolutely insane. XRP is currently trading at $2.30. And if XRP were to repeat even a fraction of its previous 30,000% move under similar macro conditions, the implications would be absolutely life-changing. For example, a 1,000% gain from current levels would place XRP around $25.30. But if we see a repeat of the full 30,000% surge, we're looking at XRP theoretically lifting to $692.30. Now, I'm not saying this is guaranteed, but the setup has historical precedent, and as the dollar weakens and Trump repeats past policy patterns, XRP is regaining massive attention from the smart money. Now let's dive into this second absolutely explosive article from the Crypto Basic that has the entire XRP community absolutely buzzing. According to this analysis, prominent market expert Alex Cobb insists that the XRP season has begun, and he's predicting what the XRP price could rally to by the end of July 2025. As you can see in this article, XRP has broken above the long-standing $2 range for the first time this month and conquered the $2.30 price level for the first time in nearly 3 months. XRP recently surged past the $2.30 psychological mark to claim the $2.40 region for the first time since May. Cobb claims what he calls the XRP season has begun, expressing his excitement for the development. According to him, this season started yesterday, July 9th, suggesting XRP is likely to maintain the ongoing upsurge until it reaches certain significant price levels. Mark my words, when an expert of Cobb's caliber says XRP season has started, you better believe the whales are paying attention. Here's what's absolutely massive. Unique developments surrounding the XRP ecosystem are fueling this breakout. We're talking about Ripple's partnership with America's oldest running bank BNY, and Ripple CEO Garlinghouse's appearance before Congress. These aren't just random events, Gold Rush family. These are institutional adoption signals that the smart money has been waiting for. The whales know that when traditional financial institutions start partnering with Ripple, it's game over for the competition. XRP is positioning itself as the bridge currency for the new financial system, and the institutions are finally waking up to this reality. Here's where it gets absolutely parabolic. Cobb expects the momentum to continue throughout this month of July. He believes XRP could reach a price target of $4.35 by the end of July, representing a new all-time high. With XRP currently trading for $2.42, it would need to increase by an additional 79% within this month to hit $4.35. But here's the thing. When XRP moves, it doesn't just move gradually. This digital asset goes absolutely nuclear, and we've seen this pattern before. The smart money is positioning right now for what could be the most explosive month in XRP's history. Look at this data here. Cobb has continued to discuss XRP's potential in recent times as the uptrend continues. In one instance, he revealed that he regrets not buying more XRP when it traded at the 50-cent price level. This tells us everything we need to know about where the smart money thinks XRP is heading. Also, as Bitcoin claimed a new all-time high yesterday, Cobb projected that XRP was next. This isn't just hopeful thinking. This is technical analysis from someone who's been tracking these patterns for years. The whales are accumulating, the institutions are partnering, and the macroeconomic conditions are absolutely perfect for XRP to go parabolic. Let's connect these two absolutely massive stories because they're painting the same picture from different angles. We have Raoul Pal showing us the historical macroeconomic patterns that led to XRP's 30,000% surge, and we have Alex Cobb showing us the technical and fundamental analysis that suggests XRP's season has officially started. The Trump cycle is repeating. The dollar is weakening, institutional adoption is accelerating, and the whales are positioning for what could be the most explosive crypto season we've ever witnessed. This isn't just about XRP going up. This is about XRP potentially becoming the #1 digital asset in the world. While Bitcoin and Ethereum, the Mario and Luigi brothers as I like to call them, are getting all the mainstream attention, XRP is quietly building the foundation for global financial transformation. The whales know this, the institutions know this, and now retail is starting to wake up to this reality. XRP isn't just another cryptocurrency. It's the bridge currency for the new financial system. When banks need to move money across borders instantly and cheaply, they're not using Bitcoin. They're using XRP. And as more institutions realize this, we're going to see demand go absolutely parabolic. Gold rush family. We are witnessing the beginning of the most explosive XRP season in history. The macroeconomic conditions are perfectly aligned. The institutional adoption is accelerating, and the technical patterns are absolutely screaming for a breakout. Whether XRP hits $4.35 by the end of July or goes even higher, one thing is absolutely certain. XRP holders who've been patient through the suppression are about to be absolutely rewarded. The sleeping giant is waking up, and when XRP moves, it's going to be absolutely massive. If you found this analysis valuable, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to Gold Rush Crypto Daily for more explosive crypto insights. Turn on those notifications because you don't want to miss the next video when XRP inevitably breaks through these resistance levels. Share this video with your fellow XRP holders because this information could be absolutely life-changing for anyone still on the fence about XRP's potential. And make sure to check out our other videos where we dive deep into the whale movements and institutional adoption patterns that are setting up this massive breakout. The smart money is positioning right now, and you have the opportunity to position alongside them. Don't let this XRP season pass you by. This could be the opportunity of a lifetime. Remember, this is not financial advice. Always do your own research before making any investment decisions. But based on the historical patterns, institutional adoption, and whale movements we're seeing, XRP is absolutely positioned for explosive growth. Gold Rush family. The XRP season has officially started, and those who position themselves now could be looking at absolutely life-changing gains. Until next time, keep stacking, keep building, and keep believing in the future of digital assets.